What is up, everybody? Game is over. The hay is in the barn. The Blue Jays win, getting a huge, much needed win here against the Yankees after dropping the first game, getting the second game. A big win, a much needed win. We're going to react to it. I want to get your thoughts. We are going to talk about the game. We'll kind of go through it and just sort of dissect things. So, really good win by the Toronto Blue Jays. How about Jose Berrios? Jose Berrios getting the job done and getting the trade was good. What's up, Kyle? Welcome in. The trade was good. It worked out for the Blue Jays. Anybody that might have been sort of, we gave up too much for Jose Berrios. He came up big tonight, so I am pumped. I hope you guys are pumped. We're gonna do a little recap. I want to get your thoughts on this, so fire away with your thoughts. I'll give you my thoughts. I'll be honest with you. I was listening to the first half of the game and then watching the second half of the game. I had some running around to do, but a crazy one again. Kyle, welcome in. Owen, welcome in. Pat, welcome in. G Master Rules, welcome in. Had to have this one, right? Had to have this one. If you lose this one, Boston is, the Red Sox are beating the Orioles right now. Hi, Liam. What's up, my man? So you got the Red Sox are ahead of the Orioles. That game looks like it is going to be pretty much over. It is 6-0 in the bottom of the ninth. So that's it. That game is done. Red Sox are going to win. Jays needed this one to just stay one game back of the Red Sox. It was crucial, right? Crucial to win this game, because if you fall 2 behind the Red Sox with not a lot to play, because Baltimore is going to come in and Baltimore is going to be tough. Baltimore is going to fight. So you don't want to mess around with that. Harrison, welcome in. Big win, everybody. Again, this was a good one. Hit that like if you're here. We got to get this live like goal up to 50. We don't have 50 people watching it. That's fine. But hit that like if you're here. Hit that like if you're pumped that the Blue Jays get the win. Just need the Mariners to lose. Right. Mariners are in the mix now. Mariners ahead of Toronto. I don't know how this has happened. Seattle 9-1 over their last 10. That's how it has happened. So, wild game. Just a wild game. Let's do something real quick here. I want to move some things around here. All right, that's a little bit better. So the Blue Jays, listen, this was about as heart-stopping of a game as you can get. AB, sorry, my man. You had that nice 4-0 lead. Everything felt good. Blue Jays were jumping on Garrett Cole. It looked like it was going to be no problem, and then you knew the Yankees had a comeback in them. You knew they had a rally in them, and they did. AB, welcome in. MLB Joey, welcome in. Give me your thoughts. What's the moment of the game for you guys? There were so many moments in this game from the start of the game, the tempo that Berrios set, striking out the side, and then Springer leading off with a double, Semien with the home run. Just the way they started this game was just setting the tone, right? After yesterday's game, I wanted to come on yesterday and talk, but there was nothing to talk about. I was too bummed out. I was like, I got nothing to say. That game sucked. But this game tonight is what we want. Hazel May is interviewing Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette, certainly player of the game, taking a look at the box score. 3 for 4. Just big stuff. 2 home runs. The third inning off Cole. The what ended up being the game-winning homer in the 8th inning off of Holmes. Bo Bichette came up big. And Bo entering that 100 RBI crew that the Blue Jays now have 4 members of. So, Blue Jays driving in runs. AB, don't understand how Bichette's home run got out of the park. It was practicing the same ball. Stanton hit the same inning. I was looking at the StatCast from yesterday, and the Blue Jays had, listen, this is how it goes, right? The Blue Jays had a couple of balls that were not home runs yesterday's game. Teoscar had the second farthest hit ball in yesterday's game, and it was not a home run. Taking a look at, let's do this again. Let's move some things around. Let's get this back. So, we're looking at the distances. Bo's distance, 412 on one of the home runs. Like that was the first home run, 399 on the other one. Stanton went 384 on his JW. Definitely the moment of the game was that Bo Bichette home run. Cerruto's welcome in. Yes, what a game. Everybody, if you're in here, you're hanging out, Blue Jays postgame, Blue Jays Yankees nightcap, hit that like. We needed every run tonight. You are dead on there, my man. That was just, listen, I was feeling boastful. I was feeling a little too good at one point. I'm like, listen, we're roughing up Garrett Cole. We're smacking him around the park, and then Garrett Cole settles down and does his thing. 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, but 5 runs allowed. Talked about it in the preview that Garrett Cole's ERA second half of the year is a run higher. It's I believe it's in the high 3s second half of the year. So he's getting hit. And the Blue Jays hit him last time. If you remember that game, Garrett Cole left early. Garrett Cole left the game. They were worried he was hurt. They pulled him out. I don't think he made it through the 4th inning of that game. But up to that game, the Blue Jays had, I think 5 hits and 2 walks or something like that. So they got to him then, and they got to him again tonight. They got to him enough anyway. Oh, and it's incredible how our Jays have been the best offense in the league and are trying to fight for a wild card. The offense, nice bounce back tonight. After a couple of rough games, after 3 hits, just 3 hits yesterday to bounce back and get the win tonight. Just a big game. Again, Springer 3 for 4, Bo 3 for 4, Santiago Espinal 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Espinal keeping Kevin Biggio on the bench with his play at third. If you've seen my Twitter comments, I'm ready for Kevin to get in there, but maybe tomorrow. Corey Kluber is going for the Yankees tomorrow. Mariners are a game back. Mariners are back. Let's see if this is updated. Update the wild card standings. So right now, the Yankees and the Blue Jays are tied 88 and 70, but Seattle is playing right now. They are just underway. I believe Sportsnet is going to switch over to that Seattle game once the post game is done. So they will get to that. So that Seattle game will certainly be something to watch against Oakland. Go Oakland. Oakland, get your stuff together. Start winning some games. Take care of Seattle for us. Seattle's run differential, -50, and look at them, 18 games over 500. Good for you, Seattle. Jaster, if Ray pitches well, dude, totally, right? Tomorrow's Robbie Ray's Cy Young game. Tomorrow is Robbie Ray's Cy Young game. That is his case. Tonight could have been Garrett Cole's, and he did not pitch well. Tomorrow night's Robbie Ray's Cy Young game. Go get it, Robbie Ray. JW will win Rays game tomorrow and be tied with the Yankees going into the series with Baltimore. So we're a game and a half behind the Yankees. So the best the Jays can be is a half game behind the Yankees. And if Boston wins tomorrow night, then it is, again, the best that can be is a game behind Boston. It's going to be so tight. The crummy thing about losing last night was that the Blue Jays put themselves in a spot where, if they finish on a 6-game winning streak, they can still miss the playoffs. That was the crummy thing about last night. Because last night, if they win that game and they win every game the rest of the year, they make the playoffs. So now they need help. They need the Orioles to get Boston. They need Tampa to play hard against the Yankees. They need that. Again, everybody coming in, thank you for being here. Make sure to comment. Let me know what you think. We're all kind of in agreement that the moment of the game was Bo Bichette. Is he the MVP of the game too? I think if we're giving out MVP honors, 2 homers in a game like this is big. Jose Berrios, you got to mention him. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Are we all in agreement that the trade was good? The Jose Berrios trade. giving up Semien Woods Richardson, giving up Austin Martin was okay for Berrios because Berrios was great tonight. And if he's a big game pitcher, that's what we need. That's what we need. Do you think the Mariners will make it, Ryan? I don't know. I don't know if they've got I don't know if they make it. I don't want them to make it because, quite frankly, I think if Seattle makes it, I think Toronto does not. Sorry, Ryan. You're a Mariners fan. I get that. It'd be great if we could both make it. But for that to happen, the Yankees are going to have to lose to the Rays, and then Boston is going to have to lose to the Nats. I believe Boston is playing the Washington Nationals over the weekend. So not great. Not a great series there. Boston and Washington. I think Boston's got the edge with those games, especially if they're fighting for the playoffs. And Washington is maybe going to fight for respect. I don't know if they have the talent, even if the talent is fighting for respect to get it done. Let's see. Ryan, who do I have making the wild card? What would I like to see? I'd like to see Seattle and Toronto get there. What do I think is going to happen? I think New York or Boston will make it. I think Seattle or Toronto will make it. I think it plays out that way. I think I feel like if the Yankees get in there, I think Boston loses a game or two. There's going to be there could be some shuffling. There could be some shuffling. I'll say that. Do you think the Rays rest a bit of place? Well, they won't in the beginning. I think the first game, I think they'll probably go out there. They'll try to win on Friday. They might try to win on Saturday, but Sunday's going to be an S show. Tampa is going to be... Here's the thing. The expanded rosters don't allow you to just go out and add your AAA club to your Major League roster. So Tampa's still going to have to field a competitive team on Sunday. So for that reason, it's good. But you know that they are going to be resting their best on Sunday for sure. Tampa will. Pop Collecting 101, good game. Can't wait to see tomorrow's rubber match. Must win for both teams. I agree with you. Both teams are going to go in there feeling like they need that game. The Yankees do not want to go into a series with Tampa. What will it be? It will be a half game ahead of New York. And depending on what Seattle does, maybe behind Seattle. Could you imagine? Can you imagine that? If Seattle wins tonight, and Seattle wins tomorrow, and the Jays get the Yankees tomorrow, Seattle will jump the Yankees. Oh my God! Could you imagine that? That'd be crazy. But who do you got? Everybody that's here with me, who do you have making it? This was a must-win for Toronto. Again, as I said it earlier, if they lose this game, their backs are up against the wall because now they need Boston to lose 2 games, right? I mean, they still need Boston to lose 2 games, but just to tie with Boston, they need them to lose 2 games. Just a big game. And good news for us, the Red Sox are 0-4 their last 4 games. Boston, it has lost 4 in a row, but they are going to beat Baltimore. That's going to be it. They're going to beat Baltimore. But, wow. If you're here hopping in, hit that like. If you're excited, the Blue Jays get a much-needed win. Bo and Vladdy and George and Marcus and Jose, Espinal, Santiago Espinal, they all step up and get it done, and thankfully so. Let's take a look at some of just the takeaways from the game. Exit velos. Look at Bo. Bo with 3 of the top 5 exit velos in this game. He had such a great game. I mean, he'd been struggling, right? Swinging at stuff out of the strike zone, not making good contact, kind of driving us crazy for a couple of games. But the exit velo, he was barreling stuff up. Great job from Bo Bichette. The 2 top distances, 3 of the 5 exit velos. Just great stuff. I loved how that played out. The bullpen tonight using Berrios, Maiza Simber, and Romano. Listen, good news is this: if you're rooting for the Blue Jays, you've got a fresh bullpen tomorrow, right? Everybody that pitched tonight, none of them pitched yesterday, right? So you're not worried about anybody that you need for tomorrow would be their 3rd straight game. Everyone's going to be clean, fresh, ready to go for tomorrow. but it's Robbie Ray, so they shouldn't need him, right? They shouldn't even need him. So you got a great situation with the way that they have managed the bullpen through these first 2 games. Love that. Tim Miza, interesting, just the way these games go sometimes. And Bo was good call, Cerrutos. Bo was good on defense. Interesting, Tim Miza, you see 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Tim Miza, kind of struggled a little bit, right? Looking at the stat line, but had 7 swings and misses. You see something like that from a guy who threw 20 pitches. Almost half of his pitches were swings and misses. You would think that he would get through clean. Soccer's cool. Simber threw 3 pitches yesterday. You're right. Good call. Good. Thank you for that correction. You're right. I forgot that they did go to Simber for what was 1 batter. He finished an inning. Good call. So maybe he's not available, but 16 pitches today, 3 pitches yesterday. If they're desperate, they could. But again, the good news is Robbie Ray goes tomorrow. So I don't feel like they'll be super desperate. I think that they'll be good. Anybody new hopping in, make sure you hit that like. Stay close to the channel too. If you're finding the channel for the first time, make sure to subscribe. Come back to the channel for some other live streams that we're going to be doing. We've been going live a lot, I think, here for the rest of the way. At least that's the plan. So make sure to subscribe so you can get the alerts and you know when we will be live, because I'd love you guys coming in and talking with me. Slinky, if Stanton homered in the 8th, I would have called. Oh, man. Right? Good call. Good call on the Stanton thing. After last night, if he did it again tonight, no way. Oh, that would have been just heartbreaking. Just heartbreaking. Hoping Ray can go 8 tomorrow. What is it? How do you say that, my guy? Dulcamerist? I have a feeling I'm butchering that. I'm sorry. But yeah, I do think he's going to go 7 or 8. Now, if he's in trouble, Montreal's going to coach this thing like it is. He's going to manage this thing. I get in trouble when I say coach when I'm talking baseball. I apologize. He's going to manage this thing like a playoff game. So if he's getting in trouble, Robbie Ray will get pulled. He's got a fresh bullpen. But yeah, we hope that Robbie Ray goes out there and cements his case for the Cy Young. And if he can go 8 tomorrow, that'd be the way to go. Ozzy, do I think Toronto will re-sign Semien this offseason and shop Biggio? They may shop Biggio. I think that's a possibility. I don't know if they're going to be able to re-sign Marcus Semien. I think they might have to make a choice between Robbie Ray and Marcus Semien. And if they have to make a choice between Robbie Ray and Marcus Semien, I think I'm going Robbie Ray. There's going to be so many options to find a bat in the free agent market. And there are not as many options to find a top-line starter. A bunch of the top-line starters, think about this, just kind of off topic for a minute. They're all old, quite frankly. Zach Greinke, old. Justin Verlander, old. Max Scherzer, I know he's dominant, but he's old. Clayton Kershaw, in a year or two, he's going to be old. Robbie Ray is kind of like a young pup compared to everybody else. Romano's been amazing. Kyle, agreed 100%. Romano has been just great. It just to feel comfortable going in the 9th inning, to feel confident that the 9th inning we're good to go. Nothing crazy is going to happen. Absolutely love Jordan Romano in the 9th inning. Having a closer that you can feel comfortable with, that you can rely on, just is huge. And you don't always get that. When you have that, it is definitely something to recognize and to appreciate. Again, thank you everybody for being here. Make sure to hit that like. We got to get the Like train up to 50. That is the goal. We've had a bunch of people hopping in and out. If you're hopping in, let's get this thing to having a closer 50. That is the first goal anyway. And then we can adjust from there. I think right now we don't always get that. When you have that, see where we're at. It is 12 likes. Come on, guys, hit that like if you are hanging out. Recognize you have not used your like yet. Hit that like. Let's see how. Thank everybody for being here. Make sure to hit that like. We got to get the like train up to 50. That is the goal. We've had a bunch of people hopping in and out. If you're hopping in, let's get this thing to 50. That is Simmer's been awesome, especially since coming over. We can adjust from there. Since coming over from Miami, he's been great. Let's see here. Ryan, bold prediction. Blue Jays trade Springer to the Giants. No, Ryan's not going to happen. Jays have quite a few decent pen arms returning next season. They do, and they got to make sure that bullpen is solid. Simber's been just as good. Love Simber. Enjoy that feel. Chapman has been good recently. Yeah, Chapman's a little up and down, but you feel good with Chapman for the most part. Am I echoing now? I should be good now, I think. If there's any echo problems, let me know, but I think it should be okay now. Let's see. All right, good. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. All right, Bo's on the stand. First time 4 players record 100 RBI in a season in franchise history. And these guys are just getting started. That's what's exciting. These guys really just getting started. Bo, Vladdy. We didn't have Springer. Springer wouldn't have gotten to 100 RBI because he's at the top of the lineup. But Semien, we might lose Semien. Teoscar, it's good. It's amazing. Let's see. Joe Panic deal was so good, right? Kyle, yes, right? That deal looks like a steal right now. That was just unbelievable that they turned him in. All credit to the front office. Front office did a good job. Vladdy is going to be, the good news about Vladdy is that, they've got the arbitration years coming up. So they'll be able to resign him. They won't have to get into a negotiation. Would be great if they could work out a deal like the Padres did with Tatis, the Braves did with Acuna. That Braves deal with Acuna, by the way, like they what was it, like $100 million for 5 years or something like that. That the Tatis deal was a big one, but they got to get Vladdy locked up, and they will. Jays are super young. Yep. Let's see here. Oh, and the Joe Panic deal. Dude, it's Joe Panic for Adam Simber, basically. It was great. And Corey Dickerson. Who's your prediction for Manager of the Year? Honestly, I think it's Montoyo. Managing this club from Dunedin to Buffalo to Toronto and firing them up and getting them, I think it's Montoyo. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you give. I don't think you give to Kevin Cash. Dusty Baker, maybe. Dusty Baker. I know the Astros have dealt with adversity, right, with the shame tour and all that stuff. But I just think what Montoyo has done, leading this team around the East Coast to play home games, has got to be rewarded. Yeah, Panic was in the deal for Simber and Dickerson. And remember, Dickerson was hurt. Dickerson was a nice piece coming over. If Jays get to the playoffs, Charlie for AL, Gabe Kapler for NL. Kyle was a good one. Yeah, Gabe Kapler has to win it in the NL for what he's done with the Giants. No doubt about it. Scott Service has done a nice job in Seattle. I agree. I still think you go... If the records are even, now if Service makes the playoffs with his squad and the Blue Jays don't, maybe that gives Service the edge. But if both Seattle and Toronto miss the playoffs and you're going to pick one, I think you go Montoyo. Montoyo the team is in the playoff hunt. He's getting the best out of his players under all of those circumstances. It's got to be Charlie Montoyo, in my opinion. I know Seattle is arriving a year early, and you could credit service for that. But I think Montoya's got to have the edge. What a game. God, guys, I started to worry. I was so confident heading into the top of the 5th inning, and then when they tied it up in the 7th, I was afraid. I was scared that this was going to just fall apart. Oh man, the Yankees are so tough. Everyone wants to bust on them, and you know it's can be an easy target when you do, but they're so tough. Oh, and I think Kevin Cash is overrated. The reason why is the Rays are able to work magic with the roster. Sure, I mean you could say the front office, but you still got to pull the strings, and Cash does a good job of doing that. He's got a lot of different players that he can plug and move around. Pop collecting next year, a contract deal for Chapman. Highly doubt he gets re-signed. Yankees have good arms. Yeah, maybe they move on from Chapman. No, Chris Lee, it definitely won't be Aaron Boone. Do you think we need to win the next 4? Gary, I think Toronto needs to win every single game they can. Yes, the Blue Jays need to finish on a winning streak. Because even if they finish on a winning streak, they still need Boston to lose twice to get ahead of them. They will need New York to lose once to get ahead of them. They're going to need Seattle to lose to get ahead of them. So just win all your games. I hope New York or Seattle loses one. I hope Boston stumbles and loses. That's it. That is it. Nostradamus, thank you, Bo. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Bo. Big game. I mean, they're showing the replay now of the home run. It just barely got out. I mean, if that thing was dead center, it's a fly out. But it tailed enough to right center to get out. Thank God, Bo. Unbelievable game. Again, standout performances. George Springer, 3 for 4, 2 doubles. Started the game off with the double, the very first pitch. I tweeted that Berrios set the tone in that first inning, striking out the side, and that the bats needed to follow suit, and they did. Springer with the double, Semien with the homer. It's 2-0 before there's even an out. Bo went deep, 3 for 4. Bo went deep with the 2 home runs. Espinal with a good game. Berrios, I know he gave up runs later in the outing, but a good start for him. 7 strikeouts. I mean, look at the hard hit. Just 5 balls hard hit compared to Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole's second half ERA is up there. You know, you want to, if you're a Yankee fan, you want Garrett Cole to go out there and you want to feel good. You want to feel like no matter what, we got it. And you don't right now. Garrett Cole's not doing that. We'll pull up Garrett Cole real quick and we'll just kind of look at, you know, his last couple of games. Garrett Cole's not doing it for the Yankees right now. 5 runs allowed against the Jays. Against Boston, got the win. Gave up 3 runs, gave up 7 runs to the Indians. Pitched well against Baltimore. Back on the 7th against the Blue Jays, the 3 2/3. If he stayed in there, might have given up more runs, but 7 base runners in 3 2/3. You know, pitched well against the Angels. All right, he pitched well against the Angels and Orioles. You expect that. But struggling against the Blue Jays twice. Struggling against the Indians. Pitching well enough to get a win against the Red Sox. September, ERA of 5.13 in 6 starts. Garrett Cole's ERA 5.13 in September. It's not good. Baseball Authority, welcome in, my friend. Can't wait for the Blue Jays to beat the Yankees in the wild card game. Boy, that after these 3 games, I don't know if I want to see the Yankees again in that wild card game, though it could happen. It could happen. So Garrett Cole is just not getting it done. And on the other side of things, when we're talking about somebody who is getting it done, Jose Berrios. Let's pull up his game log. Jose Berrios made that change with his mechanics, slight change in his delivery, and he's been solid. Quality start after quality start. Another good outing. He's put the Blue Jays in position to win every game since that Angels game. I mean, he's had, the White Sox. So the White Sox and Angels, 2 duds out of eyeballing it of roughly 10 starts, 11 starts. Jose Berrios is great. Sean Pratt, Jays are just getting started. I like what you're thinking there. Ryan, there's something there. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Whether he was using sticky stuff or not, it's just not looking good for him the second half. Jose Berrios, just unbelievable, just great stuff. I mean, when you're thinking about the Blue Jays moving forward, thinking about that rotation, this is why I want them to bring Robbie Ray back, because you can move on from Steven Matz. Steven Matz has been great this year. I'm really happy with Steven Matz. But if you bring back Robbie Ray, you go Ray, Ryu, and Berrios at the top of that rotation. Love that. And then Manoah, and that 5 spot goes to Pearson next year if Steven Matz isn't on the team. That's a great rotation. That's a great rotation that you can build on. Love it. And then as Ryu's contract, as his contract ages out and he's gone, you got the next guy up, whoever that is. So, good. I mean, just, that's why I think they go get Robbie Ray. That's why I want them to bring Robbie Ray back. Chris Lee, I need Cashman to throw money at Robbie Ray this offseason. No. Don't do that. Chris, no. We don't want that. We need him to stay in Toronto. Here's the thing to think about. And I brought this up in my must resign video. Robbie Ray fixed it with Pete Walker. Jose Berrios fixed it. Got better with Pete Walker. Berrios always been good. Does Robbie Ray want to leave? Why would Robbie Ray want to leave? I think he would want to stay. He's got a great relationship with Pete Walker. He signed so early last offseason because he loved what they were doing. He wanted to get back to work with Pete Walker. I really think that Robbie Ray re-signing with the Blue Jays is totally realistic. It's going to be, I just can't see it going. I just think the Blue Jays are going to have the leg up to bring Robbie Ray back because of that relationship with Pete Walker. Let's see here. Let's go through, just kind of run through the game again real quick. Scoring plays. We had the Semien home run, number 44. By the way, anybody wondering this? Marcus Semien, you ready? He's not only the best second baseman in the known universe, he's the best second baseman in the unknown universe. Fuck all the aliens. Marcus Semien is the best second baseman anywhere. 44 home runs, most home runs by a second baseman in the history of baseball with that home run. Marcus Semien would be MVP if it wasn't for Ohtani and Vladdy. And God, could you imagine if Ohtani wasn't pitching this year, could you imagine the debate between Semien and Vladdy for MVP for teammates? That'd be unbelievable. Quick note on Ohtani real quick, the whole MVP thing. So you're going to give the MVP to the guy who's not the best hitter in the league? Well, then he must be the best pitcher in the league, right? No, he's not the best pitcher. So you're going to give the MVP to a guy who's not the best hitter or the best pitcher in the league. I'll stop. I'm sorry. I ride or die with Vladdy on the MVP thing. I apologize. Whenever I talk about Ohtani not being the MVP, I get a shitload of dislikes. I apologize. Ohtani's great. He's Babe Ruth. He's going to win the MVP. Okay. Then in the second, Springer singles on a ground ball to left fielder Joey Gallo, and Espinal scores. So Springer, 2 at-bats, 2 hits in the first 2 innings. Springer, this is what we wanted from a guy like George Springer. We wanted a guy that had experience in big games, would be a motivating factor, and he was today. All right, Bo with the homer in the third. That made it 4-0 Blue Jays, and I was riding high. I was at Home Depot. I'm in the car coming back from Home Depot, just pumping my fist, thinking that we got this. I tweeted out a little, troll jab at Garrett Cole, and then Garrett Cole settled down, and then the Yankees made a comeback. I apologize. Might have been my fault. So you get Urshela with a ground ball. That scores Glaber. Gardner doubled. That scored Urshela. Made it 4-2. But then in the bottom of the fifth, Vladdy with the double scored Springer. Springer had his fingerprints all over this game. In the sixth, Judge with a sac fly. Kyle Higashioka. What did we do? Any Yankee fans that might be hanging out here? I know we got a couple Yankee fans that follow the channel, and we're all good. What did the Blue Jays do to Kyle Higashioka or his family or whatever for him to just consistently just play like a demon against the Toronto Blue Jays? What did we do? I don't get it. I don't understand the Higashioka thing. I tremble when he comes up to bat. I mean, I knew something was going to happen, and he tied it. Higashioka, come on. Again, if you're just here getting into the chat, hit that like. Thank you for being here for this Blue Jays Yankees. NightCAP was an amazing game. We got playoff quality baseball right here. So hit that like if you are excited. We're trying to get the likes up to 50 right now. We are at 26. We're halfway there. Hit that like if you're hanging out and you have not hit the like yet. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe. If you're new, just finding the channel for the first time, subscribe. Join Ball Cap Nation with a subscription. Baseball is what we're all about. And if you're a Blue Jay fan, I'm a Blue Jay fan too. We can talk Blue Jays together. Rachel, are you okay, Jim? I am barely okay. I am barely okay after this game. Let's see here. So we get the game tied at 5 when Kyle Higashioka, who just plays with a chip on his shoulder, you would think the Blue Jays cut him or something. I don't. And then in the bottom of the 8th, Bo Bichette with the moment of the game, his 28th homer of the year, made it 6-5, and there it was. We got it. Unbelievable game for the Blue Jays to get the win. And again, just coming off of yesterday's game, which they had 3 hits. They looked flat. Gary actually didn't hit a home run against Ryu, which seemed like a miracle. But you had the Stanton home run. Stanton almost did it again. Man, they needed this game. This was a must-win game. And now tomorrow becomes a must-win game, really, for both. It's going to be amazing. And I love that it's Robbie Ray on the mound. Ryder, Boone fired if the Yankees don't make the playoffs? I don't think so. I think it's another year. Let's see. Wolf, not really mad at Miza because the 2 base runners were cheapies hit by pitch. Gallo. Well, yeah, and Miza threw 20 pitches. 7 of them were swings and misses. Okay? Garrett Cole had 13 swings and misses the whole game. Miza had 7 over 20 pitches. Wolf, you're going to be there. Make sure you represent. Jim sounds like he's sauced for the stream. I'm just excited. I'm excited. This is the Blue Jays fan passion coming out right now. This is not the analytical break it down kind of stuff. This is just me being a crazy fan. Let's see. Kluber versus Ray tomorrow. Right? Whenever Kluber's pitching against the Blue Jays in a big game, I just have flashbacks to that postseason series when he was with the Indians and he kept throwing changeups and cutters and sliders and all of his junk low and away, getting Donaldson and Batista and Edwin to swing over. But here's the good news against Kluber, and we talked about it in my breakdown. 5 games since he's come back from the IL, and only once he's made it through 5 innings. So Kluber has not been good. His whip in those games that he has not made it has been close to 2. So Kluber's not pinpoint right now. If the Yankees, Yankees can't feel too strong about Kluber. Kluber could get pulled early if he's in trouble. Not the same Kluber. Definitely not, Kyle. Oh, you think I had too much? I really haven't. I'm working on this Devil's Backbone. Orange Smash. It's like the last summer drink I have, and then we're moving on to, Oktoberfest and all that good stuff for the fall. Got to get through the summer stuff so we can get to the fall drinks. Yeah, Wolf, get there and you make sure you represent. Get loud. 30,000. Finally. I mean, here's the other thing. Talking about the Blue Jays and Montoyo having a shot at being the manager of the year. Not only were they in Dunedin and then Buffalo, but they were playing in front of a house that could go 15,000. That's like a quarter of the joint. So they couldn't even, when they were home, listen, they finally had their fans, because in Dunedin and Buffalo it was a joke. Absolute joke. There were barely any Blue Jay fans. I want the Blue Jays to pull out of Dunedin. I'm so disappointed with that Dunedin situation. I want them to pull out of Dunedin and have their game somewhere else. Move to Miami or move to the other side of the state. Get off the Gulf side, move to the ocean side. Screw Dunedin. Forget that. I'm done with Dunedin. Cardinals finally lost a baseball game. Well, it's over for them. Now they're going to miss the playoffs, right? Yeah, that run the Cardinals was on. Absolutely incredible. Owen, did you hear Randy Johnson? I did not hear Randy Johnson commenting on Robbie Ray's success. I did not hear that. What did he say? Still watching the Sportsnet replay. They just showed that final. Anybody else get a little heart palpitation with that Tyler Wade pop fly that it might drop? I know, Kyle. I know they did. I know. And so they're in it, but screw Dunedin. Where were the Blue Jay fans? There were Yankee fans. There were fans of every other team. There were Red Sox fans. Everyone else's fans showed up. No Blue Jay fans showed up. I know they did do a big renovation to that stadium, but man, not a fan. Not a fan. I guess it's okay for March. It's okay for March. Let's see what's going on in the rest of these things. What's happening in... Let's pull up scores. We got... Where's the Mariners? A's and Mariners, bottom second. That's Padres and Dodgers. The Dodgers 4-1. Where'd the Mariners go? Everything just moved. Top 3. There it is, right there. 0-0, top 3. All right. Padres. Guys, did you realize the Padres are 1 game below 500? The Padres are 78, 79. If there's one manager who's getting fired, for sure, put your money on it, it's Jace Tingler. He's gone. What a disappointing situation there. Tingler's gone. Can't do that. Cannot have that. Thought Bichette was going to run into Springer. Easton, that last play. I know, man. It's a good thing it wasn't Grichuk and Semien. Remember that from a couple months ago? Those two just running into each other on fly balls into shallow center. So it's 0-0 with the Mariners. And really, that's the watch right now. We need the A's to win. I know Ryan is in here rooting for his Mariners, and he wants his team to win. Listen, if the Mariners make it in, I'm good with it as long as the Blue Jays make it in. That's what we need. Ryan, there you are. Let's both get in. Let's jump the Yankees. Blue Jays beat the Yankees tomorrow. Mariners win again. That'll get the Mariners up. And then the Blue Jays sweep the Orioles. Yankees, all they'd have to do was lose 1 to the Rays, and the Jays could get through. Just there you go. That's it. That's how the Blue Jays and the Mariners make the playoffs. Oh, yeah, the Red Sox got to lose somewhere along the way, too. But, Hockey Kid, welcome in. Seattle won't make the playoffs. They play Houston next. That is going to be tough. That will be a tough one. I wonder if they've got it might be too early for that. Just wondering if they have, let's go to Friday, if they've lined up their starters yet. Probably not. Be surprised. Friday, yeah, there you go. O's and J's are TBD. Tampa, TBD. Where is... It's A's and Astros. Mariners are playing where is it? Mariners are home against the Angels for the final 3 games. So that's not good. Timmy Two Shoe, welcome in. Not great. Mariners play the Angels. That could be 3 easy wins for the Mariners. The Angels have nothing to throw out there. The Padres finished the year just getting an ass kicking. The Dodgers and then the Giants. Like, Jace Tingler shouldn't even go to San Francisco. If he does, the Padres, he may not be allowed on the plane back. They may say, just hang out there. Just stay in San Francisco, Jace. We don't need you back. Jays released Jake Lamb. Don't need Jake Lamb when Biggio's back up. Yeah, no, it would have been Hockey Kid. It would have been nice if it was Houston. That would have been nice, but it's not. At least Blue Jays home against the Orioles. I like that. There's going to be a lot of push. Here's what I'll tell you. There's momentum in these games, right? And when the Blue Jays were rolling, right, when they took that series against Oakland, when they took that series in New York, and then they went to Baltimore, right? I think that's how it went. It just, the emotion from that, hard to carry that over. So they lost that first game to Baltimore, but then they went on a tear and crushed Baltimore. So when the urgency is there, when the vibe is there, when the vibe is in the building, and it will be against the Orioles, I really do. A sweep against the Orioles are going to be playing tough, but the Blue Jays are going to know we got to win these games. There's no messing around. It's not like that Orioles series a couple weeks ago where they dropped the first game. It's like, oh shoot, let's get our stuff together, and then they did, and then they steamrolled the Orioles. They're going to have that same intensity from the first pitch on Friday. Ryan, I'm with you. Mariners and Jays, let's do it. Timmy Two Shoes, I was around a Yankee circle. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. They did not want to lose this game. Because, again, if Seattle beats Oakland, they're only a half game up. And if Toronto can win tomorrow, because you got to like Robbie Ray over Corey Kluber in that matchup, you can't like the odds tomorrow. And if you lose to the Jays tomorrow, you're only a half game. No, you'd be tied, right? Hold on. I got to look at this again. I've been saying half game, but that can't be right because they played the same number of games. Wild card. 1 game. No. 1 game behind Boston, 2 games behind New York. So the Yankees got to lose a couple games. The Cardinals did clinch. Yeah. Yeah, they're in. So the only business left to be taken care of in the National League is the winner of the NL East, and that should be taken care of tomorrow. No, wait, they're done, right? Hold on a minute. Atlanta's got it. Yeah, everything's done. I'm sorry. What am I looking at? Everything's done in the National League. It's done. And I even think let's see, San Francisco. So it's just, can the Dodgers catch the Giants for the West? That's it. That's the only business left to take care of in the National League. National League is done. Cincinnati missed it. Philly missed it. Cincinnati was looking at it today. Nick Castellanos, you got to wonder what he's thinking. Does Nick Castellanos want to stay? He's become one of the best hitters in baseball, and he's got a nice contract, but he's got a player option. He might want to go somewhere where he's not looking up as much at other teams. He's gonna be turning 30. He's got a tough decision to make. The Reds need him for sure. He's got a tough decision to make. But in the American League, you got the division winners. Look at that. You still have 3 teams fighting for that wild card. Everyone else eliminated. Crazy. Again, welcome in everybody that is here. Make sure you hit that like. We're trying to get this thing to 50 likes. We are at 34, so we're 16 likes away from 50. If you're here, hanging out, haven't hit the like yet, make sure you do that. And if you're new, just finding the channel for the first time, make sure to subscribe. Stay close to the channel for the live streams. Live streams should be picking up now that the games are getting really intense. I love coming on and talking about the games after. And then during the off season, a ton of live streams talking about everything that's going on around baseball. So would love for you to join the community if you haven't already. And I think we got the alert set up now too, so I'll be able to see that you've subscribed. Was running on StreamYard for a long time, and they do not have the widgets to allow the alerts when somebody subscribes. Jays need to win 91 or 92 games, period, to get... The Jays need to win every game. They've got 88. They've got 4 games. They need 92. Andrew, they got to win them all. They have to win them all if they want to get in. And winning them all still might not be enough, but they got to win them all. Yep. Let's see. They've already clinched. I'm pretty sure. They've clinched the division. What they're trying to clinch is that number 1 seed in Houston. So Houston, yeah, what's going on in that game, guys? Yeah, so Rays are going to take the number 1 spot. So Rays, that game is going to the bottom of the 9th. When the Rays win that game, they will have the number 1 seed, and then they can officially take their foot off the gas. But again, remember, it's not like when the Yankees go to Tampa that Tampa is going to just, the September roster expansion, and they could just, put their AAA club in there. You can't do that. The roster expansion this year was only like 3 or 4 guys. So they're still going to have to put a competitive team out there. Won't be like in years past. Semien is going to be a Yankee. I want the Jays to pay him, though. Why do you think he'll be a Yankee? I don't know about that. I think that Stan contract is killing him. I think that Stan contract is... There's no way they're going to go give Marcus Semien $25 million to $30 million a year for the next 5 years. Not with that Stan contract. Now when you got to pay Judge, I don't think it's going to happen. Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports. What service do you use to stream? I'm disappointed with StreamYard. So I use Streamlabs OBS. I have recently started to use Streamlabs OBS. And I do like different things that I can do with widgets and screens and things like that. This green screen thing that I'm doing right now, you can't do that with StreamYard. I'm surprised they haven't gotten their act together on that yet. The one thing StreamYard is great for is the ease of use. It is really easy to use, and when you're trying to have interviews, talk with people, it's great. I'm going to keep StreamYard for when I'm doing collaborations with other people. To do that with Streamlabs OBS, it's a huge pain. But Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports, I would definitely look into Streamlabs OBS. I like it, and take some tinkering with to get used to it. But I think you'll like it. I like it. I'm still getting used to it. Ryan, he might. I like Seattle to make a big splash with that shortstop market this offseason. I think that Marcus Semien very well could be a Seattle Mariner. Ryan, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. I could see the Mariners going for Trevor Story. I could see the Mariners going for Carlos Correa. I don't know how your fan base feels about him, but the Mariners are going to be in the mix for one of those big bats, I think. No problem, pure adrenaline. No problem. Why can't Oakland ever beat Seattle? It's a good question. They need to, right? What are the Padres' approach to 2021 offseason with this failure? Well, here's what the Padres need to do. They need a new manager. The Padres need to run it back with a better manager. They need to go and get somebody that has playoff experience. Could you imagine? Okay. Could you imagine Buck Showalter in San Diego? That would be amazing, especially because Buck coached Manny. But somebody like that, somebody that has experience, don't go and get a first timer. You can't go get a first timer. This team is ready to win. Tingler's a first timer. Last year was his first time. And I didn't feel like he had the it factor anyway. When he called out Tatis after that grand slam last year, that was bull. From that moment, I was not a Jace Tingler fan, and I'm still not. I just don't think he's got it, and it just hasn't worked out this year. So I think they run it back. They got to re-sign Mark Melancon. They have a few other pieces they could move around and do. Melancon, in my opinion, is the number one thing they need, the number one piece they need to go and get. And just bring him back, 1-year deal, and get a better head coach situation, better manager. Eason, could be Correa, yep. Let's see. Ryan, he would play second base because we got JP, who's a stud. An infielder. They're going to go for an infielder. Bringing the Seager brothers together would be something. I'm with you on that. It would be great to get those two united. That'd be cool. Oh, dude, if San Diego got John Gibbons, it'd be good. I'd be happy for him. I could see that happening. That would be that would actually be Mike, you nailed it. Gibby in San Diego, I know you put the LOL on there. He's got experience coaching in the playoffs with different personalities. Yeah, Gibby. I like that idea. Mike Scioscia, San Diego, maybe. That could work too. Again, it's that experience. Pop collecting, the dilemma for the Yankees is what do you do with Judge? It's not necessary for them to make any major free agent signings or question mark. They need to, Judge has to be a part of that future. Judge has to be back. I think that is a no-doubter. They have to do whatever they can to bring Judge back. The good news is Gleyber Torres, it doesn't look like they're going to have to pay him crazy money because he's not panning out. So you just pay Judge. Jay's featured in Moneyball 2. No, Moneyball 2 would be Tampa. Timmy Two-Shoe, it would be Tampa. If they did Moneyball 2, it would be the Rays. Oh, Bam, I don't think he's a bum. This is taking me forever to drink. I'm disappointed in myself. Why is this? This is amazing. Sportsnet is still on for me. This is crazy. I'm watching the MLB Network. Not MLB Network. Whatever MLB's app is, Jays and Yankees, and they still have Jays and Yankees on, and they were running hockey highlights. Where's the Seattle game? Let's see if we can get that up. Nope, it went back to the Toronto feed. Come on. Anybody else try to watch games through MLB.TV? and is completely disappointed by the product this year? Half the time it doesn't start. You got to close the app and reopen the app. They put an ad now that is forced to run over the radio feed. And again, half the time it's awful. Jays traded away their future for Jose Ramirez. I know there's a lot of rumors about J-Ram. There's a lot of rumors about J-Ram. I don't know. I honestly, I know they were talking about it during the trade deadline. Rumors of them putting together the framework for it, but I don't know. After giving up 2 top 5 prospects for Berrios, they would have to do that again for J-Ram. I just don't know if these guys would do that. What would you rather do? Jays fans that are here with me, what would you rather do? Would you rather the Blue Jays go sign Chris Bryant, just straight up, they go and get Chris Bryant in free agency, don't have to give anything up, or trade for Jose Ramirez and have to give up easily 2 top 5 prospects, maybe 3 top 10 prospects, maybe Kevin Biggio goes in that deal? Would you rather give all of that up for J-Ram, who is amazing, or go and get a quality bat like Chris Bryant? Comment and let me know, what would you think? Would you rather have J-Ram or KB? Because I'm split on that. I have not made my mind up on that. I'm going to have to think about that. I'm sure we're going to be thinking about that and talking about that during the offseason. G-Master, you like Bryant? If you could get Bryant for nothing but the contract. We got some KB votes. Give me your vote. Who do you got? You give me in the chat, KB or J-Ram. Who would you rather have? Because I mean, let's be real. Let's look at the Blue Jays prospects. We'll just go to MLB.com. That's what came up first. I trust Baseball America usually a little bit more, but this is here. We'll pull this up. Sign Chris Bryant. Easton. I like J-Ram too. Soccer's cool. Neither. Signed everyday lefty bat to balance the lineup. What are the lefty bats that are going to be out there? That's the thing. So let's see. All right, here's the deal. If you go and you get rid of one J-Ram coming in, all right, you're losing one of these 3. Okay. Now maybe Moreno, you're like, okay, let's get rid of him because we have 3 catchers as it is. But he's a stud. Jordan Groshans, you know, if Semien goes away and you get rid of Kevin Biggio, it could be Jordan Groshans' time next year. Martinez is so young and so talented. You want to see that develop. But you're losing one of these guys, and then somebody back here for J-Ram. Now, J-Ram's got a great contract and everything, so that plays nicely. I don't know. I'm torn. Easton, you got it. I mean, he's great. What do you think will be the wild card game in the AL sticks? If I had to pick one, I'm going to be a total homer. I'm going to say Blue Jays and would like to see Blue Jays and Mariners, but I'll say Blue Jays and Red Sox. Sorry, Ryan, if you're still here. Jays need the Red Sox to lose twice. If they can beat the Yankees, they only need the Yankees to lose once, I think. Let's see. Mike, you're right. J-Ram switch hitter will pop. Great glove. You're right. Prospects are just that, prospects. I'm with you. And I echo that. And you know, I may come around on this, and I might be, you might come check out the channel in 2 months, and I might be, you know, the J-Ram to Toronto, you know, carrying that banner with that argument. I don't know. It feels like a lot to give up 3 top 10s at it, because I think that's what it would take. Now, maybe not. Maybe they could do 2 top 10s and Kevin Biggio. I don't know. I got to think about it. But, Mike, you make a good point. That's usually the point I make. Ryan, can you believe Casey Sadler has a 0.72 ERA? Did not know that. That's amazing. Pop, as a Blue Jays fan, do you think Austin Martin was worth Berrios? I do. G-Master rules, TBH, I just feel like the Jays would have to give up too much. I'm with you on that. Ryan, Mariners and Jays, 100%. Mariners and Jays would be fun. It definitely would be fun. I met a bunch of the Rockies' top prospects. Cool. How'd you do that? Where'd you do that? Cerudals, I wouldn't be mad with Chris Bryant if Semien walks. So that's what I'm saying. And I like Chris Bryant's versatility. You think one of those two options will happen? I don't know if that's the case. But I'm just playing out a scenario where which would you rather have? I mean, there's also, again, let's pull up the. I don't have them off the top of my head. Page isn't working. Come on, Spot Track. So for catcher, there's nothing that great. I don't know if the Giants will take that $22 million option on Posey. That could be tough. That could be a tough one to swallow. Maybe they do. But there aren't going to be any great catchers available, again, unless the Giants pass on Posey's option. First base, again, for Toronto, first base is set, right? Nothing's going to change there. Though it would be cool to have. Brandon Belt can also play the outfield. We have a ton of outfielders, though. Okay, let's move on. Second base. They have Semien listed as a shortstop. When was this published? November 16th of 2020. So this is old. Some of these guys have signed. Baez, Correa, Seager, Semien, Story. I feel like the Blue Jays are going to be in on somebody for third base. Because that's where I feel like the hole is. You can put Cavan back at second. You have Bo at short. Vladdy's at first. Third base. I know a lot of people like Santiago Espinal. I get that. But Santiago Espinal is a 250 hitter. Give him a full season. I think he's a 250 hitter, which is fine. But I think they can do better. And if they could go get Chris Bryant or Eduardo Escobar, the trade for J-Ram, grab one of these shortstops, see if they can play third. Can Trevor Story play third? I don't know. I just feel like they could do better. And third base could be the spot. Now, maybe Semien loved his time in Toronto and he'll come back at a discount. Who knows? Anyway, that's that. Sorry, let me get back to you guys. Ooh, if they had to play a game 163, that's an interesting thought there. If they had to play a game 163, the way things are lined up with the rotation, it could be Berrios. It could also be Robbie Ray. Could go one of those two. Definitely would not be Ryu. I don't know if we're comfortable with Ryu. I think it would be Berrios or Ray in the wild card game or in a game 163. Cerudals would be interesting to see where KB wants to play. He might want to stay in San Fran. Ryan went to local minor league. Yeah, that's a great spot to find the minor leaguers, the prospects, because they're available. They're around. They don't have, the guarded, the big, security and all that stuff at the minor league stadium. It's much easier to get to the players. Which second baseman will be available? Again, if you count Semien as a second baseman, it looks good. But if you count Semien as a shortstop, second base is very shallow. Very shallow position this offseason. They're all ahead of me. I can move myself over here. Let's move this out of the way. Just moving a few things around. Thanks, guys. All right. This is we're just looking at free agency right now. Just looking at pieces. We're kind of past the nightcap on the game, and now we're just talking baseball. Ethan, welcome in. Who are we scooping for third again? You could look at that J-Ram trade. You could try to get Chris Bryant. You could get into a situation where maybe it's Eduardo Escobar, or maybe you give Jordan Groshans a shot. Wish Kevin Smith had looked better at the MLB level. He was ranked. Yeah, Kevin Smith's going to be an interesting piece to watch in spring training. Kevin Smith's going to be very interesting to watch in spring training. Are you worried about Ryu's struggle? Yeah. Owen, I am definitely worried about Ryu's struggles. You know, he had some injury history in the past. Something was wrong those two previous starts before the Yankee series. I don't know. You knew the back half of that contract could be ugly. You just didn't want to be there already. Austin. Okay, hold on real quick. I'm going to get to you, Austin. Ryan, so Marco Luciano on the Giants, probably next year. Mike, if Rays win tomorrow with a good start, he will lock up Cy Young. Well, yes, definitely, Mike. If Robbie Ray could put a big Cy Young exclamation point tomorrow. Would I take Donaldson again, Austin? Yes. I would love Josh Donaldson back, but I want the Twins to take some of that money. but I would love to have Donaldson back. Andrew, covering Raptors games this season. I am probably not going to get to any basketball. I would love to get to basketball at some point, Andrew, quite honestly. I really do like basketball. I have a Ballcap Sports basketball channel that has me reacting to Ben Simmons after Philly lost in the playoffs. I would love to get into basketball more. I just don't have the time. I hope to at some point. Marco Luciano rejected my uncle and I got the autograph. That's a great autograph to have, by the way. Cerruto's Austin, if the Twins eat the bulk of his contract in the trade, yeah, that's what it would need to be. Worried about Ryu's struggles, future contract. We talked about that, Owen. Sorry, I think I just bounced back. Justin, Yankees fan here, and I honestly think we're dead in the water based on remaining games. Justin, as a Jays fan, I'm not excited about you guys getting a Tampa team that doesn't really care, that isn't playing for anything. They may still care, but they're not going to be playing for anything. Devin Williams, no words. T-Bron, I know, right? I mean, if I punch a wall, it's one thing. If you're a major league pitcher and that arm and that hand and those fingers are worth that much money, you can't be doing that. Rupon, I wanted JD at the trade deadline. Josh Donaldson, yeah, it wasn't going to happen, though. It would have been great, but I didn't see it happening. You need to get Ryu on an offseason fitness program like Vlad. Ryu's always looked like that. I think something's wrong. I don't know if it's a weight thing. I just think something might be wrong. Good news. We got Pete Walker. Pete Walker can get it fixed. Quinn, new name. I'm happy to see you here. I remember your preseason previews back in March when you said you would rather have Robbie Ray. Yeah, Quinn, my man. That's right. I was on that Robbie Ray bandwagon early. I was loving Robbie Ray over Trevor Bauer. Thank you for being here and bringing that up. My man, thank you. And I'm glad you're checking the channel out again. Thank you for being back here. And Josh Johnson's too old for our team. There's other options. I think after this year, he's got his contract goes for 2 more years. So it'd be okay. Yeah, he's getting old, but he's still an effective player. And if you have him for 2 years, he's an emotional player. He's a leader. I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that. Let's see. Issa, what do I think about Adley Rutschman? If I remember right, he's crushing it. He's gonna be great for Baltimore. They're just going to probably take their time bringing him up because the last thing they want to do is start the clock, and they're still terrible for a couple more years. Let's see here. Timmy, Bichette reminds me of Donaldson. A little bit, yeah, I could see that. The emotion I could see that, Timmy. Justin, I'm sure Tampa would love to kill our play. I know, right? Love to the playoff hopes. I say losing 2-3. No, I think they're going to have a lot of emotion. They're going to be pumped up for that Orioles series, and if they're pumped up and they're focused and they're motivated, they'll take care of Baltimore. We need someone that can bunt. I mean, in the American League, you don't see it that often, so that's not. I don't think it's something they're thinking about. Ryu's problem is the sticky. His spin rate didn't change. At least I haven't looked at it lately. But around the time of the crackdown, Andrew, I did not see Ryu's spin rate drop, and I was all over that. I did 2 videos on that. They did fairly well. I did an also guilty and a not guilty video, and so I was looking at it, and I did not see Ryu's spin rate drop anything that alerted me to him having been using the sticky stuff. JD would provide veteran leadership. Yes, I'm with you. I wouldn't mind seeing him. It'd be so great. I wish we had room for Edwin, but we don't. Can we get Edwin back as like a coach or something? I just want those guys back. Edwin, Jose, Josh. Can we make them like ambassadors or something so that they can still just be there and hang out? I think Ryu's struggles began. No, I don't think that's it. Again, I don't think that's it, Sir Riddles. JC, what's your 7th, 8th guys in the bullpen? Who? We got Richards and Simber. That's it. And Miza. Jim, do you think we still need some more good bullpen arms? I think they need to keep the bullpen arms they have. That's what I want. I want everybody to come back next year that they have for the bullpen right now. How many more chances are they going to give Trent Thornton? Yeah, Trent Thornton's done. So, I mean, the bullpen now, there's no room for him. The rotation, there's no room for him. Trent Thornton is probably done. Cool dude, good dude, but I think he's probably done. Out of curiosity, what happened to Voit? I mean, he lost playing time to Rizzo. Voit's, we'll see what happens if the Yankees bring Rizzo back, but if the Yankees bring Rizzo back, Voit's probably done. Justin, honestly, though, man, if you guys get in over us, big props to Jays getting there in a year that was supposed to be transition with these young players. Yeah, Justin, good call. Thank you. Good call on that. Not only that, but fighting through 3 different home stadiums and 2 of them that were not home. Dunedin and Buffalo, there were more fans of the other teams. G Masters, yes, the nostalgia of JD, the homers, that dash home, love it. Dante Bichette for manager. Now let's just get Dante back as the hitting coach. That's it. Dante obviously worked wonders with his son. I think helped Teoscar. Let's get Dante Bichette working with Danny Jansen. Let's see. Bring back Kawasaki to hang out. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about Kawasaki. He was good. I mean, he was decent in the field. Couldn't hit a lick, but was a great fan favorite. Edwin as a coach would be insane. Could you imagine? I feel bad for Edwin. I wish if the National League had the DH this year, Edwin would have had a job. Next year, hopefully the National League adopts the DH and maybe Edwin can latch on somewhere. Would hate for him to go out not on his terms. I always think Thornton is done, but he shows up again. To the point where I'm wondering if he's dating Atkins' niece or something. Hey, you never know. Maybe. That could be it. JC, welcome in. Seeing you for the first time in the chat. Good to see you. They just need Kirby Yates to come back. In my opinion, Romano, set up, and Yates. I think Romano's the closer. Moving forward, Romano's the closer. And with Kirby Yates, after last year, he pitched, 5 or 6 games, and then he got hurt. And this year getting hurt, they could maybe get Kirby Yates back as a setup guy. Kirby Yates isn't going to be able to demand a lot of money. Kirby Yates is going to really probably have to play for nothing just to prove that he's still got it. We are 7 likes away from the live goal of 50. If you're hanging out, if we're chatting, if you haven't hit the like yet, hit that like. We are 6 away from 50. Make sure to hit that like and get us to that 850. Would love that for this stream. A little pop-up stream here. Nobody knew it was coming. I didn't know if it was coming. But here we are. So thank you guys for being here. Owen, do we still have Yates? No, it's just a one-year deal. Sign Yates cheap. Yeah, league minimum, right? That's an NBA term, really, for contracts, who I don't think anyone signs for a league minimum much these days anymore. Maybe they do. Again, I got to lock in on basketball again. But, yeah, league minimum, basically, for Kirby Yates. I see no reason to replace Romano. Right, Romano's the closer, for sure. TB2 shows, will or can the Jays break the bank to see what next year brings in? They have to be careful because they really got to think about a couple years down the road when they got to start giving Vladdy his arbitration numbers. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is going to set arbitration records, okay? So they're going to have a lot of money going to Vladdy even before they got to give him the long-term contract. Same with Bo. So whatever they're doing, I think they're going to try to get talent that is on the short term. That's why I like the idea of Donaldson, because Donaldson is a couple of years and then he moves on. That's why you could see the Blue Jays go and get a guy like, let's say they don't bring Robbie Ray back. Maybe they go in and make a move for Max Scherzer or Justin Verlander, because those guys would be short 1, 2, 3 year max deals. I think they're going to be looking for guys like that, which throws a whole wrench into the Chris Bryant idea, because they're not going to be able to get Chris Bryant on a short-term contract. But knowing that money is allocated to Vladdy and to Bo soon, well, not really soon, but a couple years down the road, those contracts that they can get, those guys that they can get for 1, 2, and 3 year deals are, I think, going to be of the highest value to them. Let's see. Rupon. Rays big win tonight, so you never know. The win tonight, they clinched the number 1 seed. So they still got to field the team, because they don't have it's not like the years before where when you got to that September call-up, you basically had your AAA roster with you. It's not like that anymore. So they're still going to have to field the team. So they'll still play. I think Tampa can get 1, maybe 2. Against the Yankees, even just with their mindset of not playing for anything. T. Braun. Now Williams out. Brewers don't have 8-9 punch. They still had. Who do they have? They've got somebody good there that can slide into that number 8 spot, that 8th inning. I can't think of who it is, but I feel like they've got somebody. I can't remember who it is. Jays still have Dolis looming in AAA. He might show up again next season. I don't know if we see Dolis again. Don't even think about putting Dolis in the bullpen, right? And it's a slow heart attack too, because he pitches so slow. If Guerrero would have gotten Triple Crown, how crazy was it? Well, let me read that again. If Guerrero would have gotten the Triple Crown, how crazy Ohtani is. The MVP. Listen, I ride or die with Vladdy for MVP. And I have to be careful, because when I talk about not giving Ohtani the MVP, I get a ton of dislikes, okay? I did a video where I was reacting to Heyman and Sherman gushing over why Ohtani should be the MVP, and it's got as many dislikes as it does likes. Nobody wants to hear me talk about not Ohtani as MVP. I will say this, though. You're going to give the MVP to the guy who's not the best hitter or the best pitcher? He's going to get the MVP? Really? Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I get it. I understand what Ohtani's done. It's historic. It's great. He's the MVP. I would love to see Vladdy get it. That's all I'll say. It's a totally biased opinion when I say Vladdy for MVP. Is there another Pete Walker reclamation project out there as a free agent starting pitcher? I mean, that's an interesting thought. I know I still have this up in the background. Maybe Chris Archer. He comes to mind. Jake Arrieta comes to mind. Who else? Zach Davies had a terrible year in Chicago. Maybe he can fix him. Matt Harvey. Just thinking about guys who have sort of fallen off. I guess that would be the target group there. James Paxton, maybe. He couldn't fix Tanner Roark, though. I don't know if anybody could have fixed Tanner Roark. Let's see. Oh, and let's see. Dinner organization showing interest in Trent Thornton because of his spin rate numbers. Let's see here. I think if the Blue Jays want to be a World Series contender, they will need a better pen than they have now. It's a fair statement, JC. Fair statement. Andrew, if Vladdy hits 50 and we make a play and he does, but he's not going to get to 50, I don't think. He's going to have to go nuts. I don't think he's going to get there. Boxberger, Cousins, other pitchers, right? For Walker, Strickland, Ashby, Cousins are all option rookies because they can crack under the pressure. Cerrutos, what do you think of Merriweather and Thomas Hatch? I don't know if Hatch has it. I like Merriweather. Ohtani, overrated MVP choice. I'm telling Jim, I know, but it's going to happen. He's getting the MVP. Yeah, nothing in Seattle. Top 5. Gilbert pitching well. Do you like my MVP thoughts? Everybody hates when I literally, I could put a video up right now saying why Vladdy should be the MVP over Ohtani, and they would have 100 dislikes in 5 minutes. Let's see. Merriweather and Hatch can work out the workouts off season. Yeah, I think I like Merriweather I like Merriweather moving forward. I mean, they used him yesterday in a big game, so obviously Montoya trusts him. We're seeing who Montoya trusts right now. Those are the guys who are out there. And he had Merriweather out there in a big moment. Andrew Haney, maybe Easton. That's a good call. Can Bundy still throw 100 miles an hour? I don't know. But Dylan Bundy. Actually, Dylan Bundy would be a good one to see Pete Walker get his hands on. Pop collecting, you sound like me in 2017 with Judge. In 2020 with DJ. Ohtani wins MVP on spectacle. Greinke might be a project. Greinke's just getting old. I think Greinke is a quality pitcher. His ERA is going to steadily rise now just because he's getting up there in age. Vladdy surpass Batista's 54 next season? Maybe. Certainly. Rupon, do the Angels have a chance to make the playoffs? No, and unfortunately the Angels are playing the Mariners this weekend. Let's see. Oh, and I'm glad you agree with me. Thank you, man. Cerrutos, why do I feel like the Jays will sign someone like Kyle Seager? Well, I mean, he fits the profile. A guy that they could 1 or 2 year deal and move on. He could play third. He's a left-handed bat. It could happen. And if they sign him, right, we got to ride with him. I mean, that's the way it is. When he's on the team, we got to ride with him. I know Seager has just his batting average went in the tank, but his power numbers were pretty good for a while this year. Let's see here. Pop collecting, please take Haney off. No, yeah. I don't know why Cashman went and got him at the trade deadline. He wanted to make things interesting. Like, it's one of those things that's like, let's make things interesting. Let's get Andrew Haney. Do we need him? I don't know. But it'll make things interesting. I feel like that was the play. Cashman was like, you know what? I could still fuck shit up. So let's go get Andrew Haney. Let's see. Kyle is here. Kyle saw the Seager comment. Well, here's the thing, Kyle. My point on that was, I agree with you. I mean, I don't want Kyle Seager. But Kyle Seager fits the profile of maybe some of the guys that the Jays are going to go for. Players that are in the mindset of 1 or 2 year deals that the Blue Jays can get and be done with when they need to start shelling out big money to Vladdy and Bo. Kyle Seager is going to be there in that conversation just because of that. It's coming. Everybody, it's coming. We're going to be, it's going to be a cold day in January. The snow's going to be falling. We're going to be cleaning up from Christmas. And we're going to get the tweet alerts from John Heyman and Bob Nightingale and everybody that, and if it's Nightingale, forget it. But that the Blue Jays are interested in Kyle Seager. That's coming. It's going to happen. With the free agents on the Jays. But again, Kyle, do the Blue Jays want to go sink a ton of money in Chris Bryant or Trevor Story or Javier Baez or anybody like that when they know they're going to have to pay Vladdy and Bo? And the future of the team is Vladdy and Bo. Right? Vladdy, Bo, Pearson, and Manoah. You have those four, you build around them. T. Braun, I know the Cardinals finally lost. Can you believe it? I want Biggio to get another chance. Biggio 2019, Biggio 2020. I want to see that guy back in 2022. All right, he lost his spot this year. I really do think that losing his position, losing second base, threw him off. And I think next year, if they don't re-sign Semien, you give Cavan second base back. You figure it out for third base, but I think if you give Cavan second base back, I think he is in a better mindset. His head's right. I think he does better. If the Jays sign Seager, I'll strip naked. Dude, I don't want him to get Seager, but you know it's coming. You know it's coming. Those tweet alerts, that news, that 48-hour news cycle, Blue Jays interested in Kyle Seager, it's coming. It's going to be there. Thank you, JC. It's going to happen. Blue Jays are going to be fresh off their World Series championship. Marcus Semien will have signed with the Mariners. And the Blue Jays go and get Kyle Seager. That's how it's going to go down. I don't want Biggio to be another Syndergaard haunting. Syndergaard looked well. Finally played. Pitched yesterday, 1 inning. I think he struck out 2 batters. Rooting for Syndergaard to get back. I wonder if Biggio has a funky upper cervical spine issue that needs minor surgery to fix him as good as I don't know. Is that going to get down? No. This game, I'm looking at A's and Mariners 0-0 going to bottom 5. These two teams, I mean, they're fighting. They both want this. Do you not understand the free agent class? It's not happening. Can we stop? I guess the beer's kicking in. No, what I'm saying, Kyle. No, I understand the free agent class. Obviously, you know I do. But what I'm saying is, I think that Atkins and Shapiro know that this team is built around Vladdy and Bo, and when we're talking about pitching, Manoah, Pearson, and Romano. And I think they're going to want to keep those guys together. I think you want to keep Teoscar together, but Teoscar's not going to be a break-the-bank guy. But Bo and Vladdy will. And you can't break the bank now for Chris Bryant or Trevor Story or Corey Seager, not Kyle, Corey, and be in a spot where you can't re-sign Bo because you're at the second half of that Corey Seager deal and you're regretting it or for something like that to happen. So I do think the Blue Jays are going to be attached to a lot of 33 to 35-year-olds who know that they're only going to get 1, 2, and 3-year deals, and Kyle Seager is in that category. Not saying I want Kyle Seager, but you know it's coming. That's just I think they are going to be interested in guys that they can have off the books by the time they got to pay Vladdy and Bo. Let's see. No, I don't want Seager. Just for the record, I don't want Kyle Seager. Let's see. Pop collecting. I see you got a couple comments in here. Let me get to it. Not a defender of Cashman, but Haney was his only awful trade. We did Talkman for Wandy Peralta. Wandy was a good. Talkman was DFA. No. Credit to Cashman this year. Credit to Cashman this year. He went out and got it done. Again, I think that Haney deal was him just mixing it up, making it interesting. We are 2 likes away from 50, guys. 2 more likes. Who can be number 49 and 50? Let's see. Pop. Again, I wonder what would have happened if the Red Sox bought more at the deadline. I kind of think they would have. We don't know what they were doing behind the scenes. They may have been trying to pull some deals and they couldn't. They may have been trying to get Rizzo and they couldn't. Schwarber was still all right. I mean, I like that they got good for them to get Schwarber. Kyle Seager would literally be a bench bet on our team. Yeah, probably. Kyle agreed, Jim, but they say they will buy low and get Seager's ridiculous. Makes no sense. Team's payroll will be $300 million by next season. Let's stop dumping on the front office. Not dumping on the front office. Jesse, yeah, we need veteran support. Let's see. I cannot get your name right. Dolcamarist? I'll get it eventually. It would be nice to re-sign. Yeah, I want those guys to stay. I want them to stay. Teoscar, Gurriel. That's what I want. Let's see. Jesse, we dodged a bullet missing LeMahieu last winter. I told you. Yeah. LeMahieu's XBA and all that stuff, he was getting lucky to the point where if he started to even get a little unlucky, that pendulum was going to swing. That pendulum was going to swing way too far in the other direction, and that's kind of what happened this year. The power numbers were not supported by his I'm forgetting the stat now. There's whatever the power number is that projects how much power you really have. His launch angle, none of that stuff was good. So the power numbers are going to come down. The batting average is going to come down. Here's a funny question. What do you do about Grichuk? He's got to get traded. Hey, I met Andrew Grichuk's family. I don't know if anybody... On Twitter, I posted a picture. I went to an Orioles game a couple weeks ago, and I ran into Grichuk's family walking into the game, and there's this group of 5 or 6 people all wearing Randall Grichuk jerseys. And there's this guy standing next to me. I'm like, boy, that's the Randall Grichuk fan club. And the guy's like, well, that's mom and dad. I'm like, no kidding. So we got in, we started talking. They're very nice folks. Randall Grichuk parents, very nice folks. They took a picture of me and my son. It's all good. But I do think Randall Grichuk could be on the way out. I mean, he's lost his spot now with Dickerson in. Grichuk is really only playing against lefties. It would be good for him for him to go somewhere else and have a chance. Let's see. Yeah, Grichuk probably gone. Yeah, I would hope that they can get something good back for Grichuk. Eddie Rosario, remember when he was good? Well, I mean, Eddie Rosario, the Twins cut him. Then he went to the Indians. That wasn't good. Trying to get it together with Atlanta. I think Rosario's still good. Who would want Grichuk, though? We'd basically have to trade him. No, I think you could get decent pieces for Grichuk. I mean, they got, for Roddy Tellez, they got Richards. For Joe Panic, okay, they got Simber and Dickerson. They'll get something good for Grichuk. J. Straight Grichuk, they'll probably have to send cash. They might. Yep, you might. You're good call on the money. JC, Robbie Ravers, Corey Kluber tomorrow is going to be crazy tomorrow, regardless of the outcome. I know. I can't wait for that game. Padres? No. Kyle, the Padres have life? Let's pull the scores up. Hey, Kyle, what do you think? Should we start running live video? The channel will be done. Where is that game? All right, so San Francisco and Arizona 0-0. It's 5-4 Dodgers here. Scherzer's getting roughed up, and there it is, 5-5 now. A's and Mariners 0-0. So there's 3 games going on right now. Pop, what's the deal with catcher for you guys? I could be tripping, but I feel like there is a different guy behind the mound. No, it is true. We got Alejandro Kirk. We got Danny Jansen. We got Reese McGuire. It works right now. It won't work next year. It works right now with the expanded roster. The problem is you got a situation where like Berrios, likes pitching to McGuire. You're getting these situations where you're pairing up pitchers with catchers, and next year one of those guys is gonna be gone. Ooh, the umpire just took a shot in the Mariners game. He hopped right back up though. It looked like that ball went like up underneath the mask. He's smiling. He's in good spirits about it. Oh, man. They're going to show the replay. Foul ball. Oh, no. It didn't go up the mask. Just straight center. He tried to grab Gomes to keep from falling. Oof. He got his bell rung. All right. Yeah, boy. Kyle, good thing the Blue Jays didn't get Max Scherzer, right? Oh, man. Max Scherzer would have blown it for the Blue Jays tonight pitching like this. Max is like 9-0 since going to L.A. or something obscene like that. This is his first bad game. Raul, welcome in, my man. Yes, great win for the Blue Jays. A must win. They got it done. Yeah, that Semien price tag. Yep, he's going to be. I did a video like a month ago about re-signing Marcus Semien. I put his price tag at $20 million a year. I think it's at least 30 right now. I also took some heat in the comments for that, but they didn't realize that the video was like a month old, and now he's got like 12 or 13 homers in the month of September. Pop collecting, so it's kind of like the Yankees with the personal catcher BS, right? Although to be fair, if you combine Gary and Higgy's stat lines this year, Gary, what's the deal with Gary Sanchez? I mean, there was an inning or two last night where he almost single-handedly botched the game just behind the plate. He got lucky when he threw Bo out at third because the ball bounced towards third base. It's just it's a disaster. Dude, but Kyle, listen, Higashioka. I mean, I much prefer Gary Sanchez in the lineup over Higashioka. Higashioka just eats up the Blue Jays. I love the matchup Gary Sanchez against pretty much everybody but Ryu. Gary gets on Ryu. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if we can fix his glove work. I don't know. John Heyman reports Jay's interest in signing Brad Hand to a one-year deal. Oh, my God, that Brad Hand situation. He finally made it to the Mets. Brad Hand. What a season. Brad Hand. Seriously, this is taking... How long? We've been streaming for an hour and a half, and I haven't even finished this thing. But now we're getting to the point. What time is it? 11:45. Jesus. I only say that because I got to get up early and take kids to school. Timmy, think the Rays weekend effort depends on Thursday's Jays-Yanks results? I mean, that's an interesting idea. Who do the Rays want to play? Was there some reverse psychology with the Blue Jays? Think about this. Maybe they knew. Maybe Ryan Borucki and Charlie Montoyo were thinking so far ahead. They're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. So they had Kirk purposefully drop the cheat sheet so that Kiermaier obviously is going to pick it up because he's a cheating bastard. And that would set up so the next night Ryan Borucki could throw at Kevin Kiermaier. So that way the Rays would be motivated to sweep the Yankees this final weekend so that the Blue Jays could get into the playoffs and the Rays could meet the Blue Jays in the playoffs. Huh? Tell me I'm crazy. Charlie Montoyo is playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. That's all I'm going to say. Yankees have to be the most mismanaged franchise in history of baseball. I don't know if it's mismanaged, man. They strike out a ton. They are terrible with runners in scoring position. I think they need to get a new hitting coach. I was watching the other day Gleyber Torres in the batter's box. There is so much unnecessary movement with the bat that has to be hurting him. There's no way any of that movement, I mean, he's up there and he's holding the thing and he's doing this and then he's doing this and then he's doing this. All the while, how the hell can you be focused with all that movement? Like, just look at what Vladdy did. Vladdy's standing there, the bat hardly moves. And then you got Gleyber Torres is, I don't know, trying to write his name in the air with his bat. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I think that the hitting coach should have fixed that, should have told him, stop doing that. Less motion. So, yeah, the Yankees need a new hitting coach. I think that's one of the things they could do. Do you think it's more likely that Jason Ray or Semien? I think Ray. Raul. I think Ray. Let's see. Pop collecting. I don't know. I'm surprised if the Rays didn't try to tank so they match up with the White Sox. White Sox are frauds, in my opinion. We'll see. JC, do you like that? I appreciate that, man. Kyle, if the Giants go after Semien, he's gone. Yeah, Semien might want to go back to the West Coast. Correa relationship with Springer could get him to Toronto, and I don't know if I love that rule. I don't know if I want that to happen. Let's see. Merle, Aaron Boone needs to get fired. I don't think he'll get fired, though. Pop collecting, 100% we were screaming all year. Fire Marcus. Yeah, he's got to go. They strike out. They're in the bottom half of the league in strikeouts. Here's another thing I looked at when I was doing some research for some project I was doing. The Yankees are like 6th or 7th in home runs hit, but they're last in doubles. And they're in the bottom 6 or 7 in hits overall. So they can hit the ball out of the park, but they aren't doing any of the other stuff. And that's what they need to win. Let's see. Montoyo Galaxy. Yeah, Montoyo. He's got it. Montoyo. No, we are all in on Montoyo. This is a Montoyo fan club. He is the manager of the year. He is playing chess. He told Kirk to drop the cheat sheet so Kiermaier would pick it up, so Barucki could hit Kiermaier, so the Rays would want to sweep the Yankees, so that the Blue Jays could get into the playoffs. That's all on Montoyo. This is a Charlie Montoyo fan club. Isn't Chili Davis still available to hire as a new hitting coach? They could get, I mean, dude. And I really feel like anybody could do a better job than what they've had. I could see Seattle go after Semien. Rule 100%. 100%. Semien with the Giants. That could happen. That would be a big spend for them. The Giants have a lot of free agents. The Giants have a $22 million option they have to decide on with Buster Posey. The Giants have to figure out Anthony DeSclafani. They have to figure out Kevin Gausman. I don't know if the Giants are going to want to throw that much money into the offseason. That could be the thing that could prevent them from going for Semien. Raul, exactly. I don't see how Carlos Correa can go to New York or LA, even if it's not the Yankees. Even if it's the Angels or the Mets. I just don't see how it can happen. Because that city hates him. Those cities hate him. It can't happen. Let's see. Oh, and you're thinking for us to get the Rays motivated to sweep the Sox to play us is actually, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Rays want the Blue Jays in the playoffs so that they can face them again. Otherwise, the next time they'll face him is in some boring snooze fest in spring training. No. Let's do it in the playoffs. I'm not sure I want Correa in Toronto. I don't. But I do think I can see it. I can see it 10 minutes after that Kyle Seager tweet notification that the Blue Jays are also interested in Carlos Correa. On a cold day in January with the snow coming down, putting away the Christmas decorations, I can see it. The Carlos Correa and Blue Jays have mutual interest thing. I don't want it to happen, but again, if he's on the team, we got to roll with it. Yeah, I mean, that's just, I can see it happening. I think there's a handful of teams where you can see Correa go to. I think you can see Correa go to Seattle. I think you can see him go to Detroit. There's a bunch of places. We got a deep fly, Tony Kemp, deep fly and gone. Home run, Tony effing Kemp. And the A's are up 1-0. Lucky number 7. 7th home run of the season for Tony Kemp, and the A's take the lead in the top of the 6th. 1-0. There you go. A's have a 1-0 lead. Let's see. Getting back to you guys. I wish Toronto can steal one of the Rays' bullpen piece. I'm happy they got Richards. Richards was in Tampa. So they kind of did, right? Pop collecting, to be honest, I think the Mariners manager should be manager there. He's in the mix, no doubt about it. If it comes down to it, it should be Service and Montoya, in my opinion. It should be one of those two. And I would give the edge to Montoya just because he's had to coach his team through 3 different cities. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up with some of you guys here. Kyle, that's why Seager didn't go to New York. Yep. Thank God we have Springer and not Lindor. Well, yeah, I mean, hindsight's 2020. Who knows? Maybe Lindor would have been fine in Toronto. Maybe it's that New York pressure cooker. Who knows? We'll never know. And I see you there. I would not. Listen, I deal with it. Again, once you're on the team, you're on the team. And I'm rooting for you. But right now, he's not on the team. And I really don't want him on the team. I just don't like him. And I don't want guys on the team that I don't like. I just don't like him. Clutching the playoffs. Garbage cans or not. He's clutching the playoffs. I don't know. If Correa goes to Toronto, I'll be torn. I like the young core guys you have, but right, I know. Well, that's the thing. Toronto will be becoming the Astros of the North with Correa and Springer. You know, all we'll be missing is Altuve. I don't want any of that. Jays wanted Lindor, didn't want to pay the price for him. He wanted to come here, but not greedy. He took the Mets' money. Let's see. Story. I don't see Story happening. Could. I just don't see it. Look at Springer numbers right now. Springer. Think about Springer. We'll pull Springer numbers up. Love what he's done. And listen, this is why we know he's not healthy, right? We know he's not healthy. But he is out there now, and that's why they left him. They kept him on that, on the IL so much, so that he could be ready to go right now. Where'd my mouse go? Come on now. There we go. Let's do this. It looks a little bit better on MLB. And I do see the super chat. There it is. T. Braun, thank you for the donation. Scherzer, bad last 2 start. Let's see. So you're saying if Scherzer last 2 starts are bad, does Bueller So, or who is the Cy Young with those two being bad? It still could be Scherzer. You look at the body of work he's done all year, it could still be Scherzer. I also think that Kevin Gausman should be in the conversation. Zach Wheeler could be in the conversation. It's still probably Scherzer in the lead. Let's see here. Went to Game City Field when Lindor hit 3 home runs. I was shocked. All right. Lindor's got it. He's good. Springer is a clutch player. I'm happy with Springer. I like what he's done. He's been great. 280 at-bats, 19 home runs. That's good. Let's see. Owen, do you think Lindor struggles with the contract extension? Is a huge problem for the Mets? I think Lindor is going to be fine at the end of the day. This year, the problem was DeGrom got hurt. They dealt with so many injuries. That with Lindor struggling, even if Lindor had a great year, I think the Mets would have struggled. William, any comments on the Montreal Rays? Okay, I'm glad you asked that question. These are my thoughts on, and yeah, Corbin Burns, good call, T-Bron. Corbin Burns, good call. I do not like the idea of the Rays playing in Tampa and Montreal. I don't want it to catch on and be a thing. The last thing I want is 10 years down the road, we're talking about the San Francisco Vancouver Giants. We're talking about the Minnesota Omaha Twins. We're talking about the Miami Jacksonville Marlins. I don't want the Cleveland Des Moines Guardians. No. No. I don't want it to work. If they do it, I hope it goes up in flames. I hope it tanks. I don't like that one bit. Cerrutos, hot take, Jays trade for Josh Hader. That is a hot take. It's probably not going to happen. We know that the Brewers want a lot for Josh Hader. And that would certainly sort of rock the baseball world. Let me get... Where's the thing? There we go. There's Springer numbers. I'm in the way of Springer's numbers. Let's move me. Ooh. But good call, T-Bron, on Corbin Burns for Cy Young. He's definitely going to be in the mix. Keep the team as is, just add Donaldson. That's what I'm talking about, William. Just got to get the Twins to eat a ton of that money. That's all we need. If the Twins can eat a bunch of that money, you get a couple years with Josh Donaldson, then Josh Donaldson can move on, retire as a Blue Jay, win a World Series with the Blue Jays, and then you start paying Vladdy and Bo. Love it. Let's see. Oh, and if the Rays become the Montreal Expos, would you root for them? I don't want it to happen just because I don't want them to... I don't want it to work. I don't want to have a situation where you have all these teams everywhere. Raul, J-Ram to the Jays if Semien leaves. Could happen. Could happen. And guys, thank you. I just checked the number. We are at 52 likes. We made it to 52. The goal was 50. We are at 52. So thank you everybody that has hit the like. If you haven't hit the like yet, be sure to hit that like and make sure to subscribe as well if you are new. Let's see here. I am going to try to find something. Okay. So here's what we got to do. I'm going to head to bed. And if you are on the East Coast, I advise you do the same thing soon too. Let's all go to bed. It's done. Because tomorrow we need to be full of energy, full of poise, full of patience, because it's game 3 of this set, and I really need the Blue Jays to win, and I'm going to need everything I got for that game. The guys from Blue Jays today will be doing their live stream, so make sure to check that out. I'll probably hop in there and chat for a little bit. So, if you're watching the game, I'll probably hop in there and chat. I don't know if I'll do a post game. I might. I might not. This one was totally off the cuff. And so will tomorrow. If we do one tomorrow, we will see. I need to be a little bit more consistent with the live streams. That's a bad job by me, but I'll figure that out. Let's see. Last couple comments in here. Jays have to switch Teo and Bichette. Bichette is too free swinging. We'll see. Brandon, it's an interesting thought, but that's what works for Bo. Vlad seemed to hit better with Teoscar behind him. Vlad's been up and down. He's just down right now. G Master, you're on the West. I kind of just I want to move to the West Coast for because of sports. Like that's my thought. It's like I want to move to the West Coast just so these baseball games aren't so late. Like this Oakland game, Oakland and Seattle, it's 1-0, top of the 6th. I'd love to stay up and watch this game. And normally I would, but tonight I can't. Big game, spicy game, Cerritos. Yes, indeed. It is going to be a good one. I am going to predict a Blue Jays win. I think Robbie Ray is elite. He puts the stamp on that Cy Young case, his run for the Cy Young. I think Corey Kluber struggles. I think he gets pulled early, and I think the Jays can get a lead, and then they count on that bullpen to hold it, and then they go sweep Baltimore. That's my prediction. Thank you, everybody, for coming, hanging out, enjoying the stream. Again, we're trying the Streamlabs OBS thing. Couple of kinks, working them out. A couple of you did subscribe, but there was no alert for it. So I don't know why that happened, but that we'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you guys for coming in. Go Jays. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Hit that like on the way out, and let's go get them tomorrow. Everybody have a good